To all who come to this happy live stream, welcome. Theme Park Thursday Live is your live stream where our old age relives fond memories of the past, and we pray that we stay young as we look towards the future. Theme Park Thursday Live is dedicated to the nostalgia, the magic, the memories.
What are you doing?
And
what are you doing?
what?
What are you doing?
I'm dedicating the live stream here at Theme Park Thursday Live.
Why? To who? What?
To the masses. It's a dedication ceremony.
No, that's not what you're supposed to do.
That deserves this grand
You're
hand
supposed
gesture.
you're supposed to say one thing, and you didn't do it. And you took the time to show up your MFA in dramaturgy and monologue. What are you doing?
Well, I've had my second vaccine, and I'm on all different. I'm all out of sorts. I'll just say the thing.
Just say the one thing you were supposed to say.
Live streaming from New York.
It's Theme Park Thursday Live.
It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
Hey, this is Theme Park Thursday Live. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank. And, we're going to go easy. We're not going to do bits. We're not going to do bits every week.
I can't keep up with that. I didn't even know what I was supposed to say. I'm not an actor.
I forgot how long the delay was at the end of the intro. It's fine. No, we're not rehearsing. I saw that in the comments. No rehearsing. I told Jen during my sitting in my car during alternate side parking today that, hey, I'm going to do this. Show up at 7:55 and I'll tell you.
He's like, I'll do this, you do this, I'll do this, you do this. I'm like, I don't what? What are we doing?
So don't expect the comedy. He's been over the top since Wesley Mann was on.
It's the truth. It's true.
It's a fair point. I've been jazzed since we recorded that episode. But we're here at Theme Park Thursday Live because, there's going to be some weeks where we don't get to talk about the theme park news of the week. Like today, because the podcast episode was with Wesley Mann of Adventures in Wonderland fame. If you haven't listened to the episode, check it out. Golden Girls story, Night Court story, Back to the Future 2 story. Pretty awesome.
Yep. We're still not over it.
We're not over it. We're still excited about the thought of it. But we're here for the next 26 minutes here to discuss some of the hot topics, a couple of which happened today.
Obviously, it's Theme Park Thursday. That's when all the news drops.
That's right. And we'll hit them here. And then we do a post show over on our Patreon page, patreon.com/DillosDiz or DillosDizResort.com. Dillos Diz Resort, your virtual destination for exclusive Dillos Diz content.
That was great. That was
fantastic. Hey, thanks. I made it all the way through.
Yeah, you did.
If you join at any level during the month of April, your access gives you the post show to these Theme Park Thursday Lives. So here we are. We have 3 topics. I have them listed 1, 2, 3, but I actually think we have to go 3, 2, 1. Did you look at the 3 topics I have listed?
Where do you have them listed?
Those are currently in the banners. Maybe I'll let the chat decide.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, what should we pick first? I got topic 3. The April 8th mask policy update, which,
I have some things to say.
We have some things to talk about. Number 2 happened earlier today. The Mears Connect, which is looking to replace the Magical Express in 2022. And then, like a couple of hours old, and maybe this is a shorter discussion. Josh D'Amaro apparently wielded a real-life lightsaber earlier today when talking about research and development with Walt Disney Imagineering. So those are the 3 topics.
Place your bets, please. Place your bets. Place them
Where should we be in topic 3?
Mask. That's 3 masks.
The masks. So topic 3, we shall start with, have the people spoken? Going, gone. So earlier this week and beginning today, there was an update to the face coverings policy. If you go to Disney World's website, if you can navigate it, that's another story for another time. There was a little piece here that became widely known, and we will now discuss for the next 7 minutes or so.
Here's 7 minutes.
7 minutes. Start the clock. The quote is, "You may temporarily remove your face covering while actively eating, drinking, or taking an outdoor photo."
Mm-hmm.
Is that all I need to say? I think that's all I need to say right now. Mm-hmm. Outdoor photo. Let us begin. Landon is jumping between YouTube and
you're everywhere, Landon.
Everywhere. So
which one is more delayed?
So, Jen, where do you want to begin? Because last week you were on me and you were like, any shirt that you have previously worn to Walt Disney World and taken a picture in for Dillo's Diz content, you cannot bring on your trip in May.
Those are done now. They're retired because we only spend 36 hours. We have 1,000 pictures in the same attire.
And to be fair, that light blue, powder blue Star Wars shirt I wore on opening day of Galaxy's Edge, I wore again to the studios. That's so true. There was double there. Yeah. So, and my response was, I'm going to be wearing a mask. Who cares what shirts I have?
Right. Not anymore.
And now, da 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 da.
I'm going to start with the positive, of course. It's great. I am excited to see smiles again in Disney. It was kind of weird to see all these people with PhotoPass pictures, but they're covered up, or these people getting engaged with the PhotoPass people and then they're kissing through the mask. It's a little weird, but with the times, you just roll with it. Mm-hmm. So it's great that you can kind of, take off your mask and smile for a picture. However, I'm
not bringing my rubber Ronald Reagan mask that I wore for a 6th grade report. If you're asking,
we got to find that in the attic, by the way. We got to get that out on a What's in the Attic episode.
That's true. It's got to be around here somewhere.
Yeah. So my issue, though, is with the people that will take advantage, much like the people that are taking advantage and putting up their TikToks as they eat and drink around the park, which I'm seeing more and more of. And I'm like, why are you getting away with this for so long? I understand it's a 15 to 30 second TikTok, but you're walking and you're eating. You're like, see, this is all you got to do. This is all you got to do. No one bothers you. And just walking through Epcot, walking through Disney Springs, eating, drinking, and you're taking advantage because you think you figured it out. You're just so brilliant that you figured it out. It's so great for you. You're amazing. I can't believe it. So these are the people that are going to worry me. The same people who are arguing over temperature checks. All these people are going to take advantage of it and be like, what? I'm taking a picture. Or not all vloggers, I'm not saying all vloggers, but there's going to be some who are like, I'm a vlogger, and just be walking around without their mask and be videoing and be like, what? I have my camera up. I'm taking a picture. I feel like it's going to create more confrontation. Although I'm not enjoying the TikToks and not seeing the confrontation because I'm really hoping it happens once the video ends. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I think, just to jump in what Dr. Jacqueline said here, just tell the cast members they don't have to enforce this as rigorously. Why make it a big deal publicly? Uh-huh. And, I think there's hot topics in the world where, the idea of once you make it okay, the confrontations decrease. And, I'm not going to sit here on this podcast here and talk about the legalization of anything, but I think that's often an argument of when you make it real, like
Mhm.
with like cigarette purchasing. Back when I was a kid, most kids are like, well, now I can't sneak around and smoke cigarettes. Like, it's just how it is. But I kind of see why you might say it publicly, but just because people are like, oh, all right, now I can do it.
Right.
But then you don't hope it then becomes a bigger thing. Especially, I think the indoor stuff is of note. Because if you're in queue for a line, you don't want to run into that still, despite who may be vaccinated, who's not vaccinated. You can't keep tallies on everybody. The distancing may be reduced. There's rumors that it might go 6 feet to 3 feet. Whatever it is, there's so many, the variables are increasing. So to me, maybe we reduce the tension by saying this.
Right.
But, it's a self-regulated thing first and foremost. Everyone should be responsible for themselves, and maybe this will give a little more responsibility to folks who may have been acting irresponsibly.
Will it? See, this is my issue. Lewis, by the way. Lewis, so happy to see you in the chat, by the way. And you know that we are hoping that you are home and better soon. But this comment is exactly the point. Is this not only for PhotoPass? I don't think so. It doesn't say. I haven't seen anything say for PhotoPass pictures only. And then that's going to be an issue too. If you say only PhotoPass, so what? I can't what if I don't want to pay for the moneymaker? So I can't take a picture of my family with my iPhone that I paid for without a mask on? That's ridiculous.
Well,
then you can have more, more chances to take advantage of it all.
Yeah, this was my money-making conspiracy theory behind it, was that Disney was like, you know what, we're not making a lot of money lately on the memory maker, so why don't we put this little thing in here so people start buying the PhotoPass again, whether it's the $150 package or just individual pictures, whichever it is. This does, for those who maybe are fighting the system a little bit, then provide opportunity for Disney to make money. So I don't want to, I think we can point all the fingers everywhere, but it's interesting.
Exactly.
I like the idea of empowering people. With that one, you want? Well, I mean, there's a lot of opinions. There's a lot of feelings, and there's a lot of trauma still. People have different levels of trauma over the past 14 months, and I think it's a very hard thing to quantify. So while you may be helping others reduce their tension with this, you're increasing the tension on the other side. So maybe it's a balance. Maybe there's a balance in the tension now. Everyone can be tense a little bit.
And this is another point, all the ride photos. Then what happens on those? Can you take off your mask for rides? Because there's PhotoPass on this ride.
And there's definitely different thoughts and feelings about water rides. So that's an interesting thing too. Right. I'm sure. Right. That's a great point of involvement in PhotoPass is taking the mask off in time for the photo.
Right.
It's an interesting thing. It didn't, I got, as I mentioned during the cold open, as the kids call it, I did get my second vax yesterday. So, I was already moving towards that May trip, and the idea of, there's obstacles to get over, but the plane, sitting in the plane is an obstacle for me, for sure. But the park stuff was kind of like, okay, I can wear a mask, and I'll wear a mask. I'm hoping that it'll balance itself out.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
See, and that's the thing. It's like, I'm all for, seeing everyone's smiles and, bringing my kids at some point and not having to wear the mask constantly and maybe taking off for a snack or, a picture or whatever. I just feel like in terms of the masses, you have to go all in or all out. That's it. Like, I don't think there can be these little in-between things, because you just open the door for more confrontations and more confusion, and people, I don't like the, oh, well, we can do this now, not this, but you can do this. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would also have liked to seen a little more of a plan, I guess. Maybe establish it in certain locations first where you can set up distanced photos, not that you're in your pod, if you're traveling with the family, that's the way it is, but something that designated like we're going to set up these locations first rather than kind of like widespread.
Right.
It's a lot. There's a lot to unpack. And we probably should have just made this a one topic half hour.
We could just keep going on it, get angry.
But let's talk about this real quick. The Mears announced today that they're going to launch their own service. This from Spectrum News 13. Mears Transportation on Thursday said it will begin its own shuttle service between Orlando International Airport and Disney World Resorts early next year, following the shutdown of the Disney Magical Express. We don't know how much it'll cost. We don't know how many resorts the same shuttle will go to. Is it a Mears shuttle per resort? Is it? We don't know anything. We don't know. We know that they're going to do it. They're probably excited to do it because they're going to make a lot of money. We don't know. Will they deliver? I don't think they're going to deliver the luggage. I would already throw that right out the window with that. But thoughts? When you think maybe? You think maybe they would?
I think maybe. I think it's possible. If they're going to charge, why not rope that into a charge? We can also deliver it to your room, and here's the cost for that, or whatever. So back when I was an operating participant, I would often, arrange Mears travel for IBM guests that were having events on property, and I think I probably also rode some Mears buses attending some events. But anyway, I just, I think they're a good company. I think they're reliable. And I weren't they kind of behind Magical Express at some point? Were they the post company behind that? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, good. Paul, you can chime in on that. So I think if they're going to charge the service, because why couldn't they now? Yeah, exactly. That's true. But if they're going to charge, they absolutely could. So I'm now getting my thoughts back because I lost it for a second. When I worked for an airline, there was often a discussion of doing something similar like this, of, holding on to the luggage and delivering it to a person's final destination. And even if you were visiting family in someone's house or whatever, you would deliver it because there's ways to work that out. Right. So I don't think it would be so crazy for them to be thinking of that at this point.
I mean, I think too, in the grand scheme of things, if they were going to go big with their planning, I mean, I think this creates a lot of employment opportunities for the company in Central Florida. So again, maybe it's a positive, we're thinking positively with our topics tonight. And
I wasn't in the beginning, but
yeah, I think it'll be an interesting thing. And I think it's a story to watch. My plan is to arrive to Disney property next month via the Magical Express. I haven't really determined whether on my final day, whether I'll go back to the resort for Magical Express or Uber out of the beach club resort lobby, pretending I had been there the whole time.
Right. Doing your series finale look back at the beach club.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Stephers is crying. You made Stephers cry.
What? It won't. Stephers, change your plans. Just take the week off. I know what your work life is like. It's fine.
This is a good point, Lee. You know what? But maybe they could bring it to the front desk, and the front desk can then arrange it. But then that's, adding steps. So maybe that gets too complicated. I don't know. But that is a good point.
I think that is a good point, and I think that's something to consider. And maybe over time they will form the partnership. Who can say?
Right. Yes.
Who can say?
Knows.
The last topic here on the Theme Park Thursday Live, as it were. Thank you so far to those who have given the old heart, like, whatever it is. You all might want to do that now while we're waiting.
Ring the bell. Do
tell
all
your
things.
Friends.
Yeah.
Josh tomorrow has a lightsaber.
I don't know anything about this story.
You don't know anything. I know
No.
very little about it other than the massive amount of tweets that were earlier this evening.
Sure.
Apparently, there was a little gathering. There were some press people there. They were told, don't record anything, don't do anything, like just keep your stuff away. And it was about Walt Disney Imagineering research and development. And at the very end, it was kind of like Josh D'Amaro was like, and who knows what else the little things would be coming up with. And he kind of opened up a little magic box and took out what looked like a hilt, and apparently a lightsaber ignited. People are already speculating that this is something that will be part of the Star Cruiser when it opens, the resort. It's part of the whole, you're going to pay your soul to stay there for a couple of nights.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the question is, are you going to pay $1,000 a night if you get to play with a real life lightsaber? And the answer might be
obviously. That's interesting. Yeah. So you think they would just have them like available to?
Right. Well, there's like a whole, because it's a whole immersive thing over a couple of days. That part of it will be you get to test your skills, as it were, and that the lightsaber would be part of this. I mean, I would think this is something leading towards that, because post-pandemic life, whatever that may look like, it take my kidney. My pancreas is available. My gallbladder, I can't give up my pancreas. I don't think I can give up my gallbladder. Dr. Jacqueline, can you confirm or deny which one of those things I would have to give?
Your tonsils?
My tonsils. You could happily have my tonsils. But I think there has to be some planning of it. I mean, I think people are going to stay there no matter what. I get it. But they really need to start delivering what it's actually going to be, I think, to get to that hype. I don't know if the hype is going to be there post-pandemic. So if this is the first step towards the hype, I'm hyped.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. You need your pancreas, Frank.
Theme park Rob said I need my pancreas. All right, great.
Apparently, you don't have to be a doctor to know that. So I think if that is part of the experience, first of all, this whole hotel is going to be the most amazing experience that will blow everyone's mind. And the Star Wars nerds, and I say that with love, will just it'll be the greatest thing ever. So I can easily see that being part of this. I mean,
would you say it would be better than the Poly if you can wield a real lightsaber? The Galactic Star Cruiser? Is that what you're going to say? Can you say that?
Can I say that?
Can you say that?
Can you say that? You would be the better judge. You have to choose the Polynesian.
Sure. I think what I'm really saying is I'm not really sold on the Galactic Star Cruiser by any means currently. Whether we're talking about price, whether we're talking the design of the rooms didn't light me on fire. The idea of they're not really sharing that much about the inclusion of Galaxy's Edge over those couple of days. Do I get to go anywhere else, or do I only get to go to Galaxy's Edge for a couple of days? It's like, listen, it's a fear of the unknown. I want more information. That's really what I'm saying.
Oh, this is interesting. What Lewis is saying here. I fear the cost is too low to be as amazing as it needs to be.
That's not helpful.
Yeah.
But Jen, is there anything else we might have missed that you've seen on the Twitter during the week that we could touch on here before we wrap things up on our, I guess, is it an official Theme Park Thursday live? Is it official? Because we only said we were going to do these live streams in April, but that intro was really fancy and made it seem like...
You're very confusing as to what we're doing, so I can't really keep up with you. This was Dillo's madness that turned into Theme Park Thursday Live, so we're just going with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is probably just going to be a thing, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a thing. Well, yeah.
We'll have the people speak. If you want it to be a thing,
do you want it to be a thing? Do you want to see that intro every week on a Thursday?
Every single week.
Every single week.
Is that how you start your Thursday nights every week? You let us know in the comments while you're liking and subscribing and telling your friends. I don't recall any other news off the top of my head. So
Yeah, so if you want an update real quick on my trip before we go.
Oh yeah, do that.
I mean, I'm still mapping out the days. Kona on the Wednesday is still hovering as a lunch spot on my MK day because you need me to walk the entire path from the Magic Kingdom past the Floridian all the way to the Poly. You want to see all of that.
Yeah.
So that's understandable.
Obviously.
I did add a Morimoto reservation for Tuesday evening. So unless
Sam is going to be so excited.
So unless Topolino comes, the only thing that could top that, I think right now, it would be Topolino for me. And then the Via Napoli is still in play. I will say that before I got the Morimoto reservation, I had put a tentative Trattoria del Forno, as it were, at the boardwalk. And Justin Monterey was like, "What's with all the Italian food you're trying to get? Why are you eating Italian food when you're what you really talk about not eating?" And I was like, "You're right. The Via Napoli is still intriguing because I want to see if there is actually good pizza somewhere on property."
Right. But I mean, you could just probably, is there a stand outside like during Food and Wine? It's probably the same Food and Wine pizza, isn't it? I mean, come on, just grab a slice.
We'll also say that we did record an episode of the Magical Hour podcast with Long Island.
Are we allowed
Frank.
To say that?
Are we allowed to say that? I give it away.
Just
Long Island Frank and Long Island Christina. Well, I think they deserve a plug here ahead of the show. So go subscribe to their podcast so you know when the episode comes up. It literally, I don't know how long that episode will be. Poor Long Island Christina has an editing nightmare on her hands.
Yeah. I can't even tell you what we talked about. No.
Just one of those things.
Yeah.
All right. So this edition of Theme Park Thursday Live will be heading over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/DillosDiz or DillosDizResort.com. Dillos Diz Resort, your virtual destination for exclusive Dillos Diz content. Ding.
Right. We'll talk a little more about Theme Park Thursday over there.
We'll talk a little bit about everything, but thanks for joining the chat here. Thanks for liking the video here. We'll, I think we're going to keep doing this with the fancy opening. Am I going to do a cold open every week? I don't know about that, but
you should be doing some stand-up, no?
Go see my bad jokes over on TikTok.
That's right. You could be doing those while you warm up the audience.
Hey,
where are you from?
Waka.
Yeah.
Until we see you over at Dillos Diz Resort, she's Jen. And I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces.